Well, hello. Who would have thought that in a matter of, 24, 48 hours, I have converted the shed into this amazing gymnasium. It's incredible with lockdown, just what you can do by watching a few YouTube videos. No idea what the response was going to be to my videos. Generally speaking, the response has been pretty good. Hopefully I gave you a laugh. Revealed some info which you might not have been used to. A few folk perhaps thought they were a bit serious. Fair enough. Wanted tips on gardening and stuff like that. And that will happen. Yes, I'm not a great horticulturalist, but I will have a stab at gardening and some other things. But today we're going to look at fitness, particularly for the unfit and for people who really can't stand exercise. I'll probably put myself into that category. Laura has very kindly gifted me this exercise bike for my birthday. I'm now a sprightly 77 years of age. So when you reach that kind of age, you really have to keep trim. And lockdown is a fantastic opportunity to keep trim. But not only that, to basically make sure that cabin fever stays away. I've got myself into the habit of doing a session in the morning and also in the afternoon. I also have to bear in mind that I'm also the same age as Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, and standards have to be maintained. So, how do the unfit and those who hate exercise approach exercise? Well, I think the first thing to do is don't bother with sportswear. You know, whatever you're wearing, just kind of do it, because sportswear takes an awful long time to get changed into, and are you wearing the right brands, and are your trainers Nike, or did you buy them in Asda's? So do away with all that stuff. So whatever you're wearing, it's a big duffel coat and big clumpy boots, just exercise. And you don't need a bike. This is a bike, yeah, but you could use bananas. Bananas are fantastic kind of weights. You get all shapes and sizes of bananas, from small, lightweight bananas to really heavy bananas that come in at 2 tons. So use bananas, use fruit, use anything you can around the house. If you have children or small partners, you can also lift them up. So there's lots of things you can do to keep fit. Okay. One thing that worries a lot of people, particularly fitness fanatics, is dehydration. The last thing you want to do is to be doing a 3-minute workout on a device like this, designed for extreme sportsmen, and dehydrate. So always make sure you have a full range of sports beverages. This one I recommend, it's Cornish Red Ale. Always make sure you go through at least one of these per session. And also be aware of calorie burnout. If you burn off too many calories, there will be none of you left. The body is mainly composed of calories. If your body mass is 1,000 calories, and in one session or 2 sessions you burn off 990 calories, then you'll just become a tiny little person. So because of that, British Sports Council recommend onion rings. Many brands possible, but also make sure you get tanked up on onion rings to keep those calories up. Very important. Okay, so we've done a few minutes on the bike, beginning to get a bit bored. Make sure you have the remote with you to watch telly. I'm presently watching Wheeler Dealers. That show, they have 2 guys who buy old cars and fix them up and try and sell them. And the chubby guy, Mike, learn a lot from Mike. He's got an amazing technique when he goes to sell the car. I've just seen one on the famous Volvo that Simon Templar used to drive in the Saint, and did a lot of work on it, went to sell it. He's all ready for the big sale. He meets this old guy who wants to buy one, and Mike goes, Ed's done a lot of work in this car. We can't let it go for anything beyond about 8 grand. And the guy ponders for a minute and goes, well, it's my birthday, that's okay. All the drama evaporates. You want a bit of gladiatorial joisting as the two guys argue over the car. Okay, so exercising. Also make sure you get yourself a bandana. Not a banana, but a bandana. Already the sweat's really beginning to pour off me here. But what I've done is I've put a plastic sheet down on the ground which catches the sweat, and it means if water supplies get cut off at any point we can still have a cup of tea. Okay, so what have we done? God knows. 277 calories were burnt off already. So I mean that's a lot of calories, 277. That's almost a quarter of my complete body weight. So we have to make sure that we don't lose full body weight, so make sure you're using your onion rings. Now exercise can get really, really boring. So what you can also do is get yourself some DVD box sets. So I'm presently revisiting Star Trek, the original series with Captain Kirk. Star Trek Voyager, the kind of forgotten Star Trek with Captain Janeway. Definitely check that one out. And of course, the absolutely massive box set that is Star Trek The Next Generation. Think of the exercising you could do while watching months of episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. And on the question of Next Generation, if you've not seen it yet, check out Picard. I think one of the best Star Treks. The seat's beginning to go, burning off too many calories. Check out Picard. Much better than Star Trek Discovery, in my opinion. So, other movies. Been recommended Midsummer, kind of Wicker Man horror film. Definitely check that out. Doctor Sleep, a kind of sequel to Kubrick's The Shining. Hotel Mumbai, about the Islamic militant attack on the hotel in Mumbai. And also one I'm told that's quite strange, Judy and Punch, which I'm going to check out as well. So, if you are exercising, get yourself an exercise device. If not, use bananas. Make sure you have a high calorie intake. Make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids, and also get yourself a good box set. Sports gear, not so critical, but a bandana is. Now I do have a bandana but not on me, so if you can just imagine that is a bandana which will be stretched right round my head. I do have a bandana somewhere upstairs, or you can use that. So, stay safe, keep fit, exercise, consume large amounts of onion rings, and do check out Star Trek Discovery.